dear friends. Welcome to this episode of the Pearl Dialogues. My name is Wazee, and together with Aileen, I host this podcast. And for those of you who are new to this podcast explores the nature of reality through the lens of the diamond approach. In today's episode, I meet with Caroline Pietrangelo Owens, and we have a wonderful dialogue where we share deep experiences, we laugh, sometimes we're silly, and we're having great fun exploring metaphysics, personal transformative stories, and exploring the moment. So I very much wish you a welcome to listen this out. And for me, this was a feast for my soul, and that's how I was experiencing it. It's primarily a transmission for the heart, for the inner child, for our being. And with that, I invite you to sense into your arms and legs while listening. So much love.
That's beautiful.
I'm so glad you're here.
We made it.
We made it. Alhamdulillah.
Really?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
So lovely to be with you. How do you pronounce your name?
Wazee.
Wazee.
Yeah. Caroline?
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Wazee. What a beautiful inspiration this doing the Pearl Dialogues is. I'm really moved that I haven't listened to any, but I'm planning to.
I understand that you have a busy life, huh? Not,
Yes.
I don't know if busy is the right word, but you have a lot, you have an agenda, huh? Full days, huh?
Very full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am very curious about this particular moment. What's happening? I'm really curious about what's taking place in your location. And I would love to open up the space and really explore the depth and the wonder that is manifesting.
Sure. Yeah. Good question. What is just openness and the flow of what is, just willingness to be.
The willingness to be.
I'm so grateful. I had a very restrictive conditioning in which I was not allowed to speak in my home and had to sit in a particular position with my eyes down. And the process of going from that, and that was every day from till I was like, when I left home at 17, and my father told me I had a choice to either be a nun or get married, or I would not be permitted to leave. And so I got married. I was going to be a nun, but then puberty hit and that was over. So I got married and left home and started to do theater and started to explore that there was so much more here than this. And so I am so grateful that this is how we are designed. This is who we are. Oh,
Yes.
such a relief, such a true beauty of
Mm.
being.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was in the Sufi tradition, Sufi order of the West for a long time. And Hazrat Inayat Khan, one of his quotes that always resounds when I consider this location and what it's been through, he said, "The children of sorrow are the bringers of joy."
Mm.
And it feels like that now, that is what is occurring.
Mm.
Mm.
And also, I feel again, I would just want to mirror, the amazing, or yeah, it is amazing. The story that you shared of your life and the journey from sorrow and contraction to then joy and expansion and also the divine love that is just flowing so freely in this space, huh?
Yes, exactly. Well, I want to share something that is so profound to, and grateful I am for this, that I was brought up in the Catholic Church. I went to Catholic school and had the nuns, and when they introduced me, I know, truly, when they introduced me to Jesus, though, there was like, there could be a man who is kind and strong at the same time. And this was like the dawn rising in me. And then I started to experience the presence of this being in my heart.
Mm.
And this love, like inherent love. So as all of this difficulty was coming toward me in the home environment, this would be a refuge. And I would go under the lilac bush. That was my favorite place because I knew they wouldn't come outside. They didn't like to be outside. So I would go under the lilac bush, and it was my little like temple. And I'd play in the dirt and find beetles. And what's so amazing, the beetles were all different colors, greens and reds. And I so remember watching them move and how astonished I was that such creatures lived. And so I would find joy in a very quiet, solitary places. So the seeds of that were growing. And at one point, I heard and sensed a message in my heart. This was as I grew older, of you think this love is only mine. It's the Jesus message. No, this is everyone. This is you. Again, like the sun rising. I didn't believe it necessarily, but I was willing to. I was willing to entertain the possibility, maybe. So I wanted to be sure I allowed the acknowledgement of the weaving that occurred. And then when I sang in the choir, I couldn't believe that a beautiful voice came from this location.
Mm.
So when I would sing, it was like being let out of, the identity of all the things I was being told that were very deficient.
Mm.
And here was this voice that just would come out, nothing to do. Oh, again, freedom, sunrise. So I'm very grateful for, even though the whole, situation with the school and the home pretty much mirrored each other, a lot of blame and difficulty, but such beauty in the heart of it all.
Mm.
To now I can see the challenges I can't imagine, being a nun at that time where the tools were not available. And my father, who had been mistreated, didn't have another alternative. This was the best. And he would say, this is so much better than what I had.
Mm.
I'm doing this because I love you. So anyway, that's the early conditioning that the diamond approach has been so miraculous in supporting the metabolization, just the acknowledgement, the capacity and willingness to sit in it.
Mm.
And
Mm.
my beautiful teachers who sat holding the space with me. So I feel that now there is so much freedom, and I'm so grateful.
Mm. Mm.
And the human life, very full of all of it. I heard today that one of my models, when he would say the full catastrophe with a celebratory.
Yeah.
uh,
Mm. You know what I have? I have like a gospel choir singing in my background. You know what I mean? That's the jam that I'm getting while I'm listening to you. You know, that's that journey of expansion. We have the gospel choir with the beauty, with the passion, with the love, with the gratitude, with the, unleashing of the heart. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Unleashing of the heart. Total unleashment. Oh. Yeah. Because you mentioned singing. You mentioned singing. Did you actually sing in the choir?
I did. I
Ah.
sang in the choir, and I loved it. And
Mm.
when I got my voice has changed dramatically as I'm aging. I don't have the same capacity, but for many years, singing was a deep,
Mm.
um, deep love and practice. And I do sing now, but not in the same way.
Yeah.
Actually, after leaving home, I went into the theater and went performed off Broadway, and I studied theater. And so singing and allowing
Mm.
voice and
Yes.
life to come
Aha.
through.
Creativity.
But yes, yeah.
True creativity. Mm. Yeah. And just, I'm just celebrating creativity and the authenticity and the possibility and the pearliness that can come through when we're
Yes.
unhinged from the conditioning and the standards and the norms and the this and the that and the structures, the patterns, the on and we go. And we
It's
can just,
amazing, isn't it?
just let the arms roll up.
Yes, a true creative.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when we consider that's every moment, the creative manifestation of every moment
Mm. Beyond comprehension.
is truly.
Beyond comprehension.
So just allowing this creative process to, I mean, wow, yeah,
Yeah. Total unraveling. Total unraveling. In the
yes.
moment right now, as it is, the logos flows.
Oh, oh, the joy of it is it's
Ah,
just, oh.
mm, thunderous,
I
thunderous
was
joy.
remembering in the dive, John Davis quoting Orwell. He said something like, I don't have the precise words, every joke is a minor revolution,
Mm,
and not the cynical, under, kind of a aggressive joke that can be hurtful, but the true humor and
mm,
he was talking about how it dissolves the structures. It's like a minor revolution, and the joy feels that way, just metabolizes the structure.
mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. What to say? It's a radical kind of joy that I experience in this moment. It's a non-dual joy as well because it's not coming from somewhere. It's implicit.
No denying. Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
totally is.
It is in its fullest thunderous expression, you know? It's not always it's thunderous, truly. This is how it's coming through. And then the possibility of, just totally slowing down and then exploring from the inside, what's in the quiet.
Exactly. Beautiful. Yes. That's what is so miraculous, how it's so like the waterfall, and at the same time, the complete silence.
Mm. And the silence, the stillness is also completely singular, completely non-dual.
Yes.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in this moment, I'm experiencing it as like a block of eternity.
Say more what you mean, a block. What do you mean? Like a neighborhood?
No, 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 a block. So it's in the form of actually a neighborhood would also be a good metaphor because there's something quite expansive about that, and there is something quite good or their neighborhood.
Mm.
I feel that carries an element of goodness and an element of something generous
Yeah.
somehow. And in addition to this, another facet to this is the substantiality of the stillness and how, in its singular blackness, has a density, and that density itself has a sound, and it's the sound of a deep hum of some kind that just rings and rings and rings. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was considering what song to send you, one that kept coming back was the Who chant, and I thought that would be fine, but let's see if what else. But that's what I'm hearing as is that hum, that
Mm.
deep, powerful, again implicit sound.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it's a great reflection.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
There's something in the, I can't find the precise word, or actually, it, I don't sense this in a 100% clear way, but something about the purpose and the manifestation in this location around being human and the phenomenal gift of all that we are experiencing as a human being.
Mm.
And part of what I loved about the piece I was sent you regarding that ode to joy is the human, seeing the human process of something about that is like a bell ringing in
Mm.
this location. And it also is, I'm 73 now, and I'm aware I won't be here forever in this way.
Yep.
And the acknowledgement of the incredible opportunity it is to be a human being, particularly.
Mm. Beautiful transmission. I really receive what's coming through. The opportunity of being human and the beautiful, precious, very precious experience of being human for a temporary time. It reminds me of what I said to my father this other day. We sat in the car and I mean, I think it's consistent that most human beings, let me say many human beings at some point in their life will have to, um, you could say, show up for themselves in relationship with their parents
Yes.
and stand up for their true self. And this was the case yesterday.
Oh,
Me and
wow.
my father.
Fantastic. And wow,
Yeah. And it's not the first time, but this was
I'm
definitely a
sure.
big checkpoint. I can give you that. Oh, and what came through is the following. I said to him, because we were talking about my future, and the experience can be for a lot of people, me included, is that the father or the mother projects their own values, ideas, visions, ideals onto the child, and then the
Certainly.
love can become conditional.
Yes.
So in my case, I told him that my primary desire, my primary intention, my primary orientation is this, from one perspective, that when I die, I can offer my life to God, which means living with integrity and being true to my path, true to my destiny. This is number one.
And as you say that, what I hear is you in each moment are offering your life to God
Yes.
in living what you've just described. And yes, then on in the transition, there is full acknowledgement. But right now,
Yeah. 100%. And this is the alignment.
yeah,
Aligning with the universal will.
yes,
Yeah, bowing to the optimizing force. You bow
yes,
to that force, huh? Take
absolutely.
my life. Take on full control.
Exactly. Because I thought it was my life. And wow, guess what? I
Yeah.
get to be this, whatever is here. It isn't mine anyway.
Mm.
But there is something particular, no question, about each location. It's so profound that
Yep.
that is the case.
Mm.
The uniqueness of you, you
Mm.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, the personalness and the personal significance of each soul, of each organism, of each particular.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did your father respond? Some parents would celebrate to hear that. Was his was he able to receive it?
So initially, when we were talking on a more intellectual level, I felt there was more resistance and more reactivity. The moment I transmitted the truth, the fundamental orientation, there was just nothing more to say. It was just like he's a Muslim, so there's just nothing to react to counter. It's just finished.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. And it felt so expansive, so
Oh,
so essential, so true, so fundamental, so radical,
oh,
so honest. So, I mean, and with that, I feel there was a completion of a cycle of karma with my father, that it came to a full completion, in the sense that our relationship is in of itself is fulfilled. Its function, or its karmic cycle,
yes.
which is profound.
Very.
Yeah.
And I love how in the end you were speaking from your complete truth, and it also intersect with his language. He
Mm.
could hear you because
Yeah.
that also is his value.
Yeah.
But you weren't saying it to meet him,
Yeah.
but from your truth. Oh, it's beautiful.
Mm. So beautiful. Yeah, it brings to view also our ancestors, your ancestors, my ancestors, the lines of people
Amazing, isn't it?
just been walking the path of life.
Yes. Yeah, talk about mystery and profound. What? How?
Exactly. How? Oh, my goodness.
At a certain point, I was called to have children, and my life changed so dramatically with that as my work turned toward working with children and families. And a, a beautiful spiritual path in and of itself. Incredible. I often feel that the children that came through, Rose and Bryn, they're in their 30s now. They are my greatest teachers. My God, so beautiful. And then without going to details, my life, I started a little school so I could be with my children for a while when they were really young, and worked a lot with infants and toddlers. Oh my God, it was so fun and so challenging,
Mm.
but I loved it. And then I started parenting classes and studied more and went on and got my master's and taught at the college and started working for the Department of Education in California through an organization called West Ed, and learned so much about how to be in the world in this way. I'd never, if I knew that was what I was signing up for, I probably never would have. But I learned so much.
Mm.
Oh, what a gift.
Mm.
So why, and one way I mention it is some of my work now is with parents in the Diamond Approach
Mm.
and inquiry groups. I have parenting inquiry groups that can support parents in the work, because it is in and of itself a huge spiritual path, being a parent
Mm.
and balancing, the work and the finances and the time and all of that with, doing the Diamond Approach and being a parent. So the inquiry groups are a wonderful opportunity for parents to hear each other and themselves and share this process. Again, all such, unique, specific um, awakenings and issues arising. So it's a great gift that I have felt honored to participate in. Yeah. So,
Mm. So much gold in that.
yeah, that's a very thing we're speaking of, of this this river, this flow, our being, and how to respect that in the beautiful, pure beings that are coming to the earth, and how to live our life and our unfoldment while living this with these beautiful souls.
Yeah, I'm really blown away by what's manifesting in this moment. You know, the creative dynamism, the effortless of the flow, the exchange, the immediacy of contact, the connection, the everything that's emerging in the space, and the beauty, the effortlessness. You know, it's clear. It's here, and simultaneously the manifestation of singularity. Of singularity, so deep, so mysterious, and simultaneously so palpable and real.
It's completely melting. Have I become a puddle yet?
Hmm. Puddle speaking, puddle speaking.
Pearl dialogues with puddle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Puddle Pietrangelo.
Yeah, there
Here.
we go. Puddle Pietrangelo.
Oh, that's
Oh my
good.
goodness.
Oh. Yeah.
Hmm.
Ah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the interesting thing is, everything is taking place, and then if I close my eyes, I disappear. While at the same time, there is a knowing that this is happening. And there is some kind of movement taking place in the sense that there is a dynamic, creative unfolding. So the logos is in flow, while at the
Yes.
same time, closing, particularly when I close my eye, it's just disappearance
Yeah.
into nothing, nothingness of some kind.
And see, you might not even have to close your eyes. I mean, not to say there's anything wrong with that, because that's love closing eyes, such a gift. But even as we look at each other, I experience a disappearance as well. Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Let's disappear together. What is it like to disappear together? You know, that's the question that comes to me. You know?
Somehow it feels a fulfilling, some really deep purpose of relationship, the disappearing together, and remembering that Rumi poem of the lovers waking up at sunrise, and the woman, I don't remember the precise words, but she says, "Do you love me or yourself more?" And he said, "There's nothing of me left. I am the ruby in the sunrise." Mm, mm,
Mm.
mm. I just feel completely transparent and just the beauty of the human beingness of what that music and seeing all the souls participating in. Can feel the potentiality of being together in joy and peace. And how all ages, every age, every stage, every moment and as I saw the people walking to join in, I got this sense again of how in our everyday life, this is our potentiality to show up in truth, openness, who we truly are.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, such a, I mean, feel the song and the video resonate so much with what's been taking place in our dialogue today, huh? Wow.
Everyone is invited to remember the truth.
For
No
sure.
matter where, that's just it. No matter where we are, no matter who we think we are, no matter what, still happening.
Still happening. Exactly. That's exactly it. Still happening. No matter what we believe, no matter what we think,
Yeah,
distant, disconnected, or connected, still happening.
yeah, yeah.
Inevitable. Inevitable.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank goodness, huh?
Mm.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Again, a Rumi poem coming. I was listening as I was driving the other day to Coleman Barks, and the poem about Moses meeting someone on the road, doing his prayers, and he's saying to God, may I wash your beautiful hands and feet? Is there anything you need? And Moses is appalled. How could you talk to God in such a way? God doesn't have little hands and feet. That's speaking to, and he goes on. I forget the precise words, but it's just appalled at his personalization and making him God such a, little one. And the person on the road takes this to heart and goes off, and Moses keeps walking and gets this visitation of, what did you just do? It's not the prayer, it's the intention. Uh, you know, Buddhists do Buddhist things, Dravidians do Dravidian. It's not the words of the prayer, it's the soul. I forget the precise words of the poem, but it's the being and the intention and the love of the prayer. And Moses goes back to find the person, and takes him a while. He finds him and he says, oh, I, realize what I said to you was, not wise. And the person on the road said something like, you're scolding was such a gift because I have in union with the divine now. And no worry, in other words, no worry, Moses. It's all good. I feel that I woke up even more, and not because, what I did was wrong, but went to the source of the matter. And just the beauty of there isn't one way. There isn't one way to go through the eye of the needle. It's however we are guided, whoever we are, however we're moved, allow the fullness of that.
I would love to share a song with you.
Please.
Yes.
Om Satchidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavati Namah Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavati Namah Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavati Namah Shri Bhagavati Namah Shri Bhagavati Namah Om Shanti Shanti
So beautiful.
Wow, I'm getting insight.
Yes.
There's something coming through. So I feel that song paired with your song as a complete is the whole space, or is represents what's been going through here.
Yeah.
Deep stillness, para Brahma, and the dynamic outflow of humanity.
Yes. And it's tasting that apricot fulfillment, the sweet ripeness and nectar of the fulfillment of being. Mm.
Complete. Complete. There are some things I may not know. There are some places, dear Lord, I may not go. But there's one thing of which I'm sure. My God is real, for I can feel love in my soul. Yes, God is real. Real in my soul. Yes, God is real, for He has washed and made me whole. His love for me will shine like pure gold. Yes, God is real, for I can feel the love in my soul. I have found a way to live in
Was that you singing? Sounded like it could be. So beautiful. Oh my God.
My goodness.
I feel as if I've been at a 10-day retreat and feast all at the same time. Seriously.
Me too, totally, huh?
Oh.
Totally.
Mm. Hmm. Won't have to eat for at least a few days.
At least couple of days, no eating, huh?
Well, I can't promise that, but it feels that way.
The logos decides, huh?
Yeah. Well, sometimes when it comes around food, it gets a little shit. Is it the animal soul or is it the logos?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it feels like that. In my whole body, mind, soul, spirit, from A to Z, bottom to top, back to forth, forth to back,
And beyond.
and beyond. And beyond. Yeah, nothing is left out from the party, yeah? Nothing is left out from the party.
Not as far as I can tell. No. Oh, thank you so much, Wazee. This is such a gift that you're doing this, that you're engaging with teachers in this way. Beautiful. And I'm so interested in learning more of all the youth council is engaged in. I'd heard there's a lot of work also supporting parents in the work, and it's really beautiful.
Definitely. Lots of things happening in the youth council and the Yoda community at large now, yeah, in the school.
So I'm really out of the loop with, is there a youth council in both Europe and the US together, or just
Global now, but there is currently only Europeans actually, because the American one got that disabandoned. It dissolved.
just wasn't cohesive?
Yeah, didn't continue. So at the moment, it's one youth
Wow.
council, and we're all based in Europe. I mean, hopefully in the future, more people will come to it, and we'll
Yeah.
have a youth council. Things are moving. Things are moving. We are looking to actually, the intention is now to gather every Yoda member. I mean, every student under 45. We want to connect in one network. So we've created a Facebook group called Yoda Hub. Yoda, H capital UB, and that's a network that everyone can join. So if you're listening to this, you're a dues paying student under 45, just sign up, get connected, and we'll see what the universe wants from us, huh? Thumbs up.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So glad to hear it. Mm. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.